Ooh, got goosebumps out of that. Greetings, Wanderer. This is Atlas here, and welcome to The Void. Today I'm going to be reacting and breaking down a song called Pantheon Champions Theme from the League of Legends original soundtrack. This is the winning nomination of one of the latest polls that I did in Patreon, and as you can see here, the Pantheon theme won basically by doubled the votes over Pike the Blood Harbor Reaper theme, again from League of Legends 2. So I am not really familiar with champions themes in League of Legends, although I have played the game before and I know some of the world's songs. I have heard some of them. But when it comes to particular champions themes, I am not very well versed into it. I'm a neophyte in that regard. But again, I'm really looking forward to it. I've said it before in discussions in my Discord and whatnot that I think League of Legends has an incredible ecosystem, including, you know, the original soundtracks are very, very good. So I'm really looking forward to it. But before we begin, I would like to invite you to listen to my latest track, which is a BERSERK inspired track called Conceived in Blood. And it's the song that you have been listening in the intro of this video. So if you enjoyed it so far and would like to listen to the full song, I'm gonna leave it in this card right here, but also I'm gonna leave it in a link in the description of this video. Okay? So with that being said, onward. Okay, Pantheon, the Unbreakable Spear champion theme. Boom! Started right away. Great vocal line. And the arrangement in the strings. I really like the percussion. That was a cool transition. Ooh, got goosebumps out of that. Oh, that transition was great. That transition was insane. It actually, I think it has an electric bass. Or a saturated contrabass. Percussion is killing it. Great silence. And it has an absolute resolution. That was it, was it? Yeah. Yeah, okay, this song was really good, alright? It has some incredible transitions, and also the song is all about the leitmotif in the vocals, okay? It's supporting the leitmotif all the way up, or all the way, let's say. Well, I'm going to be talking more about that in the breakdown, but before we jump in, I would like to invite you to check my newest merch, which is inspired by Dark Souls and BERSERK. And by making a purchase, you will be able to be featured in one of my videos. The only thing you have to do is take a picture with what you bought and send it to the contact email that is in the description of this video. And I'll put you in one of my videos, in one of the intro of my videos, okay? So, with that being said, let's break it down. Okay, so for this breakdown, I would like to talk about, or start the breakdown talking about the leitmotif of a song. Because I think it's the element from which the song branches out everything else, alright? Very predominant all along the song. It's endowing the song all along, because you can hear that the leitmotif is primarily in the singing part of a song, but it's also replicated in the strings. It's replicated in the brass a little bit with some variations here and there, but certainly it's, you know, it's basically everywhere. that's the best way I can put it, okay? The interesting part about this is that, you know, I'm gonna get my guitar now, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what the leitmotif is. It's not perfect, but I think it's something along those lines. So, like I was saying before, everything in the song branches out from the leitmotif, and all the other instruments are just supporting the leitmotif. You can hear it all the way around. Like the strings are playing the same notes, or basically the leitmotif functioning as a supporting section to make it more prominent in the song, let's say. But also there's a very interesting thing that is happening in the leitmotif, and it's that how it is performed in the vocals, okay? Because I think the leitmotif is written in the Lydian mode, I think. I always forget all these modes and everything because I don't practice them a lot, and I'm not really, too focused on into making music, taking modes into account and whatnot. But I think it's the Lydian mode. But the interesting thing is that, to me, the Lydian mode is not necessarily something that sounds very Middle Eastern in just as a scale, but depending on how you execute it, it can sound very Middle Eastern. So that's interesting to me, because the character in League of Legends looks like a Spartan, basically. which was, Sparta was one of the city-states of ancient Greece. So it's interesting to me that this all these modes that we have in the Western culture that come from that Greek nomenclature, or let's say classification of music from ancient Greece, like Locrian, Phrygian, Mixolydian, Lydian, so on and so forth. It's natural that it would have like this Middle Eastern performance, because when you think about it, in ancient times, Greece was like the doorway towards Europe. In order to put it a little bit of context as history and so on and so forth, for the Persians to be able to, let's say, invade Europe, they had to go through Greece, and that's what they tried to do, but they failed. And that later became Turkey, what we know nowadays as Turkey, and once upon a time was the Byzantine Empire. Then that was the doorway, but it was really close, to be fair. And like I said before, that scale specific doesn't have like this, like naturally doesn't have this Middle Eastern sound. But when you hear it in the context of the song and the way the singer performs it, it has the Middle Eastern feel to it, which I find incredibly fascinating and super cool. Now I want to talk about other, sporadic things that I really liked about the song. One of them were the transitions in the song. There's two particular transitions that were absolutely fantastic. The first one is when you hear the harp coming in, The song by itself starts with a fair amount of energy, and it goes in a crescendo kind of thing with the energy, and that explodes and then dims out, which is when the transition comes in, which of course is it's very important to give the song the dynamic range, not so much in the volume perception of the song or the expression of the instruments so much, although that is there, but a dynamic range in the tension of the song. Okay, you wanted to build that energy and the tension, and then explodes, and when the explosion happens, that releases the tension, right? And what the transitions in the song do is, to try to rebuild that tension, and when the first transition comes in with the harp and so on and so forth, and it starts building the energy again and building the tension again, it works really, really great. And that happens also in the second transition, which is absolutely great how it comes up, although it's an entirely different arrangement that the first transition is, but it works very much as well as the first one. Now, to finalize my comment, I would like to say that the expression in the instruments are very well directed, either if this was a live session or it was like a digital session, let's say. They sound very, very human, like you can tell, because the expression in the instruments, like the articulations and so on and so forth, they don't sound really forced. They have a lot of space, and they sound very swooning, like they come in and by the articulation used in it, then it fades out. It's it sounds very organic, although the production makes it sound like it's way more modern age kind of a sound, the production of the song is insane. I would say that whoever produced the song, or even the composer itself, if made the arrangements, the articulations and the expressions in the arrangement, or directed them, did a really good job. Another thing is that I heard a bass, but I'm not really sure if it's an electric bass or a saturated contrabass with distortion. I am fairly inclined to say that it is an electric bass because it has a fair amount of attack that is not in the contrast bass, but at the same time you can sound design that, you know, in a digital audio workstation by doing EQ and so on and so forth. So it's kind of tricky to me to really say, but I'm gonna go with my gut and say that is an electric bass there, which will be like the I think that will be like the only non-organic instrument that there is on the song. So it will be like 99%, 98% organic and 1% synthetic or something like that. And you know, the song has a very clear and absolutely clear resolution. Like there's no questions about it. It tells you like this is the end of the song and there's nothing else to figure out. You know what I mean? So it's trying to tell. The song is trying to present, of course, the champion without a speculation on what or what not. It's just saying this is the champion, this is who he is, and this is it. Okay, it's not leaving anything to speculation or to wonder about. Okay, so I think I'm gonna give this track a golden badge. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and share it with your friend. Also, please don't forget to visit my Patreon, my Ko-fi profile, and my Ko-fi store in case you want to support my work further, and my Teespring merch shop. And of course, ex nihilo nihil fit.